Hello everyone, back to part 3 of the Daily Dose of Heroism mini-series that I'm currently doing. I do have um, part 1 and part 2 out right now, or more or less I have them in the works, but let's just say for this mini-series, they will all be posting at one time. Um, So after this part 3 of the series, I'll start to work on part 4 and part 5. It's going to be a quick little mini series that I'm doing at Daily Heroism. Um, I hope you did watch the first two, because the first two is basically me explaining the series, or more or less explaining the event that they're brought out. And yeah, I hope you enjoy part 3. I'm gonna try to talk the whole time. Like the first part, I really didn't talk much. I kind of just did it. So part 2 and part 3, and probably the other 2, 4, and 5 parts are going to be me talking the majority of the time. But let's just get right into it. And for the people who missed out
I'm
on the
trapped!
daily
Help!
acts of Heroism, part 1 and part 2 episodes of me explaining, basically to reiterate what it is an event that the devs bring out. So, for example, right here, this
I'm
person is
trapped!
stuck.
Help!
To accept the mission, you will just do it, and it'll count.
Thanks so much for
you
saving me.
completing heroic acts. So, like it just did, part 5 out of 1 for heroic acts, and you can do them in Gotham. You can do them in Metropolis, because that's where like the majority of the things like this were designed, like the thugs or Captain Cruel's Iron Curtains, the person who was trapped between two cars in the fridge, um, distressed citizens, stuff like that. So just those little mini white dots on your map, on your mini map that show up, or the little lightning bolts that you see over people's heads, it doesn't count towards certain things. So like anything that you do mission based, like for example, when you're going through the tutorial of DCUO, you have to fight a whole bunch of rhinos and Themyscirians and stuff like that. Like that kind of stuff won't count. Or like if you were to go, here, I actually fly there, and I'll probably see if I can scope some thugs or anything out while I'm doing so. But lots of the things won't count from what I noticed in part 1. Um, but it is a fun little event. I do it all the time. And if you did miss it from, here's another one. Iron Curtain, stop Iron Curtain. And for me, I always just do this just because. But that counted as heroic acts too. So that's 2 heroic acts that I've done.
Run for your
Here's a bird right
lives!
here,
Run for your lives!
and that'll count as 3 for the heroic acts. If it pops up, yep, there it is. And currently, what else has popped up? The Alpha Lanterns charge and Villains Manhunter charge. That's basically the PvP event that goes on to where you will save him. Obviously, like Allen DC is doing currently. You pick up the Green Lantern charges and help him get up to win the PvP match against the villains.
Destroying target.
And your PvP flag will turn on. So I'm just going to explain this real quick while I'm in the area. My PvP flag is currently turned on, and as this Barry Allen DC finishes it up, actually, I'm talking about real quick. Might as well, right? I'll get him this last one here. And go about my day here. I'll probably do a video on this as well. But bam, Heroes have won the Bring More PvP event. And that's that. No? That's basically that. I'll probably do it in another video. And explain that and do it one day. But for right now, we got to get back to our daily acts of heroism. But obviously that was, in a sense, a heroic act on what I just did. But obviously, as you can tell, it doesn't count. So there's the example right there. because that's a whole different event. Um, but if we were to go to like any of this, basically any mission that requires an actual like journal mission or anything like that, that's something that's part of the tutorial of this, and or not part of the tutorial, part of the main mission. You lost me. I can't fight them. They don't have it capable of fighting in the game, which I honestly wish they could change personally, because every single time I'm actually getting back. So I'm always ready to fight back. So it's just like I can't really think about it, so I just fly off. It is what it is. But that's basically what this heroic gags thing is. I have 2 more to find, 2 more to go. But basically, I'm just here for part 3 to really kind of give you those examples of what you can't do for the mission, for an event, basically. Or more or less the things that don't count. Like this whole area doesn't count. But you doing the storyline based stuff in Metropolis or Gotham, it just doesn't count, sadly. Surprisingly enough, I don't see a lot of people doing it, and I can understand why lots of people don't do it. You know what I mean? It's because it's just like some people aren't as tuned into the iconics as I am, or more or less they're more OC players and or PvP players and stuff like that. Like, lots of people have their own reasons and why they're not doing it. But for me, I just feel like it's something that it just bypasses time. You know what I mean? You have nothing to do, you're bored or anything like that. Just accept the mission and do what you gotta do, you know, hero or villain. Be a villain or be a hero. Or hey, if you have a villain toon and a hero toon, be both. Do both. Why not? But I will say I feel like they did make it harder to find them, because they're usually spawning a lot around Metropolis, depending on where you are. Like if I were to go to Chinatown and fly to Chinatown, like, it'll put me, it'll have like a bunch of them. I want to try to do Captain Cold. I wonder if he will work or if it's all will work. Let's actually find out. Because, you know, it's good to find out what things don't work for and what things do work for, but it's kind of, I'm pretty sure it's kind of obvious, like the things that have the lightning bolts over their head or a white dot mark on your map are the things that work most or work for it. And anything that doesn't work. But, if anything, I know, it's a pretty dope thing. I'm happy that it's in the game. Like, I'm super excited that this is in the game and I get to kind of do this. And now have like a reward or like a reasoning to keep on doing it. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I'll do it and I'll get bored. But like now it's just like I get rewarded for it. And I get to have more fun.
Me angry! Me not friends with Bizarro! Number 1!
It didn't work. Wow, it didn't work. Sorry. Okay. So it doesn't work for the open world bosses either. Good to know. It would have been dope if it did. 100%. Like if they were to sit here and update it, or like add more stuff to it, or more opportunities to get the missions completed, I feel like open world bosses in the form of God.
What? Can a guy catch a break?
There's a 4th one. That didn't work, so let's try the last one. It's funny because some NPCs are around here, like there are a lot of spawn locations for like hero NPCs like Superman, Steel, Diamond, Cyborg, Kid Flash, like Kid Flash right now. So
This is my TV now.
there we go. But yeah, Kid Flash should be around here somewhere. I think I already passed it earlier. He spawns in my
Impressed?
spots. He also spawns in the big developer. Just or I passed it. Oh yeah. And for the people who missed out on part one and part two, just to kind of recapitulate. Oh, there's the class. So here's an NPC that spawns, and for villains, you can fight. You can fight him for villains. But it won't count towards the daily dose. But if you want to sacrifice your Flash as a villain Flash Speedster, there you go. But for the people who missed out on part one and part two, I highly recommend you do go watch them, because it is me explaining like the gist of this event. And this part is basically me doing it again and explaining what can't work for this event. And I'm pretty sure in part one it like iterated a little bit, but yeah. And stay tuned. Actually, to kind of throw this out there, I do plan on doing a few videos or re-updates. So like I have a Fortress of Solitude base showcase video. I'm actually gonna delete that one and update it, or more or less put an updated version out, so y'all can kind of just see the updated version of the stuff I worked on it after the fact and what I've changed. And I do have a few other videos in the works or in the thought process. So that's kind of like the reason why I haven't been posting much, because I've been thinking of ideas to do. But I do have a few videos in the works or in thought to process out, push out there for y'all to see. So I'm gonna just end the flight here and just say thank you for watching this video. I hope you like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And always just leave post notifications on to just stay tuned for part 4 and part 5. And I'll see you around. Good night.